One and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. Y'all need to get us if you have any vaccine questions. 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey, Smiley. We have made it to another Monday despite the coronavirus and all the bad things that are happening with it. We're now up to 25 million cases and 417,000 deaths. Rickey, that's 1 out of 13 people in the country are infected, and 1 out of 800 people are dying from it. So the numbers continue to increase despite all the things that we have going on, including the 2 vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer. We now have a 3rd vaccine by Johnson & Johnson. It should be approved for emergency use authorization within the next 2 weeks. This vaccine doesn't have the same need to be kept super cold and requires only 1 dose. Now, its efficacy is 80 to 85% compared to the Pfizer and the Moderna, which is 90 to 95%. But 85% is very good for a vaccine, and there's only 1 shot, and it'll be much easier to get the vaccine distributed and more vaccines in arms. Now, Johnson & Johnson expects to have 100 million doses. That's 100 million doses available by April. That meets the president's criteria for 1 million doses a day for 100 days. And so that will be a big boost for cities because there are places already that are running out of vaccine, even in my home state of Georgia, in the city of Atlanta. People that had it are running out of it, and they don't have it even for people that had scheduled appointments. So, Rickey, I did the vaccine in my office on Friday, and boy, did I get a lot of calls over the weekend.
The side effects?
Side effects of the COVID-19 vaccine include redness, swelling, and pain around the injection site. So that's to be anticipated. And I instructed people, take an anti-inflammatory, after you've taken the shot. I really prefer if you do it before you take the shot.
Right.
And take it after for the next 48 hours. And that'll cut down on the redness, swelling, and pain around the injection site. But I had people with fatigue, fever of up to 102, chills, joint pain. Now, those are a little aggressive. Headache, severe headache, debilitating headache, and body aches. Now, this is common at the first few days after the vaccination, from what the researchers say. And these are normal vaccine reactions, but I don't have that issue when I give people the flu shot, etc. So I think this is a bit more aggressive as far as side effects. But guess what? For the vaccines that require a second dose, these are side effects are even more severe after the second dose than the first dose.
All right, y'all, we got a one and only Dr. MJ Collier on the phone with us talking about the vaccinations. You on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
I had a question about, trying to dispel the myth about the vaccine, and if he could speak to exactly what it would do, because now they're saying my coworker's mother-in-law is an oncology nurse, and she said that the RA in the vaccine alters your DNA.
It alters your DNA to manufacture the antibodies, so it's not a negative thing. That is the mechanism of action. It's called an mRNA. That's a messenger RNA. It does go into your own body's DNA to tell your DNA to manufacture the antibodies to the virus. So this is new technology, but it's not anything negative. It doesn't change your composition in any form or fashion. So there's no danger to that, and there's no malfeasance or anything underlying about it.
All right, y'all, with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Hi, Dr. Collier. My name is Clifford Hobson, and I am calling from Birmingham, Alabama, and I've taken both of the vaccine shots. And I want to know, how long will those last, and will I have to take them yearly just like we do with the flu shot?
We're hoping that the vaccination will last. Right now, they're looking at 36 months, but it could be lifetime. But they're saying it's possible. If it mutates, we might have to get it annually. But at this time, 1 shot should get you through the remainder of this pandemic.
Hey, Clifford, how you going to call in and not speak? That's my high school classmate. Shout out to, I think Clifford is class of 90 at Woodlawn High School. No, class of 88. No, 89. Shout out to Clifford. Thank you for calling in, Clifford. That's my friend. You on with Dr. MJ Collier. Good morning.
Okay, my question is, my mom has COVID. She's in the hospital. What do I do to protect her when she gets back home and clean her house?
She should have antibodies once she's completed the infection, so she should have protection, and that's natural immunity. There are 2 pathways to immunity. One is to have the COVID infection, survive it, and your body makes its own antibodies. The other, of course, is by being vaccinated with one of the current vaccines that's available. So the house cleaning and all those sorts of things is good, but it's not going to be necessary to protect her because she should be protected from catching the virus again, provided she doesn't have any other immune compromised issues.
All right, you're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
For everybody who's taking the Pfizer and Moderna, I'm a healthcare worker. Their second dose, they're sick as a dog. They can't even come to work. So that's why most healthcare workers are afraid. So what do we do?
Okay, I reiterated that the side effects do seem to be greater with people that are getting the second dose. So that is a true reality, and oftentimes is debilitating enough to require a person to take a day or two off of work. So if you pre-medicate yourself with an anti-inflammatory and an antihistamine, that should minimize those symptoms. So I'm telling all my patients, when you know that you're going to get the vaccine, start the day before. A non-sedating antihistamine such as Allegra, Zyrtec, Claritin, or Xyzal, and anti-inflammatories such as Motrin, Advil, Aleve, and take that for the next 3 days, and that should minimize any potential side effects.
You're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
So I work for a company that's going to be giving the injections, and with the injections, they just gave them to us Thursday, Friday. Told us we had a certain number or amount, and if we don't give those injections out, they're going to pretty much not be any good. It's going to be expired. Right now, we don't have anyone waiting to get the vaccine. So how do we get the shots out to the masses without them throwing them away at this point?
That is a key problem, that we have a shelf life for these vaccines, and people are receiving it, but they don't have a plan for distribution. So at this point, we take it to the people. If you have to set up draw stations in malls,